Hello. Hi Lakshmi. Hi Candy. Good to see you guys. Beautiful new day. So much fun.
Hi, Lana.
Hi Lana. Good to see you. Awesome. Let's see who's on Facebook. Hi guys. Come and join us in the chat room. All right. Day 2. Things are always working out for me. Let's read the passage for today. We are on page 35 of the print version. God, the universe, is always guiding us towards the things we want, but sometimes the path that leads to those things is bumpy. Nevertheless, it is always the path of least resistance or the easiest path, which means that all the other paths are harder. Sometimes we are like, oh, this is so hard. But it's the easiest path, so not the easiest overall path. Because remember, this is the emotional scale, right? So there are easier paths up here. But if you're down here, you can't be on this path. So universe will take you on the easiest path at this emotional level. Because here, there are countless options. Possibilities are endless at every level of the emotional scale. Every level of the emotional scale branches into millions of possibilities that can happen. So the universe, when we say path of least resistance, does not mean that the universe is going to pluck you from here and drop you here. That's your work. The universe is not going to do that work for you. Okay? But what the universe will do for you, it will sort and sift all the paths at this emotional level and take you through the best possible one, avoiding as many obstacles as possible. Because remember, it doesn't matter where you are on the emotional scale, you are always on your way to the things that you want. Make sense? So it's the path of least resistance from where I am on the emotional scale. Does not mean path of least resistance from here. Okay? You got to do the work to come here, but the universe will do the work from here to take you through the easiest path possible. All right, so let's move on. You see our path, whoops, just dropped a couple of things, that's okay. You see, our path through life's journey is paved with the beliefs that we have acquired along the way. And it is these beliefs that make our journey bumpy. We create all the obstacles that lie on our path by thinking thoughts that are contrary to what we want, by thinking thoughts that are contrary to what we believe God is capable of. So, as I understand it, there are more negative beliefs here. Then as you go up the emotional scale, the amount of negative beliefs on your path goes down. Why? Because, well, from here you believe all things are possible. So if you believe all things are possible, that means the path is clear. It's only when you're down somewhere here that you feel that the things that you want are not possible. And so our path is paved with our beliefs. Whatever we believe, that is what we are putting out there. And then what happens is you have to overcome those beliefs or find a way around them. But they will not go away unless you do something about it. When we find a path around the belief, that means we stop looking at the belief. We gaze somewhere else, and when we do that, that obstacle goes away because, as we learned in the Science of Spirituality presentation, it's the observer effect. If you observe it, it exists, and you increase the probability of it. All right, think about it. On one hand, we believe that God is capable of performing miracles without any effort. And on the other hand, we worry whether the same God will help us to get to work on time, or recover from an illness, or find work, or find love, and the list goes on. If we really believed in God's power, then we would not worry about these things. We would trust that God is always there for us, guiding us, helping us, providing for us. When we have conflicting beliefs, we get pulled in two different directions, and it feels as if nothing in our lives is changing, right? Because on the one hand, you believe one thing, and on the other, you believe another thing. So procrastination is this splitting of energy. When we procrastinate, that means we have two beliefs that are contrary to each other. I must do this thing that is good for me, is pulling you in one direction, but I don't like this thing that is good for me, is pulling you in the other direction. So there's a split of energy. Anytime there's a split of energy, it seems as if your life isn't going anywhere. All right, so the analogy that I like best goes like this. Imagine that you discover that there is a great treasure buried on the other side of a dense and dangerous jungle. I love this analogy. You are told that if you can make it across this jungle without a map, then the treasure on the other side can be yours. You really want this treasure, but you're afraid of making this journey alone, not knowing which path to take, not knowing what lies lurking in the shadows, not knowing and not being prepared for any of the dangers that you may come across along the way. You have been told that many have tried to get this treasure before, only to be hopelessly lost in the jungle forever. You have a brilliant idea. You call a friend and ask them to help you. You rent a helicopter and a set of walkie-talkies so that your friend can guide you through the jungle from the helicopter so that you can avoid the dangers that others encountered and perished. You start your journey and your friend guides you away from all the monsters, telling you to hide when you need to and run when you need to. Your friend finds the easiest path for you to travel. At times, the best path is rough going. There are fallen trees and uneven terrain, and sometimes it seems as if there is no path. At times you feel like giving up because you are tired and the obstacle on your path seems insurmountable. But your friend cheers you on. You trust that if there was a better way, your friend would lead you to it, and you trust that with time you will reach your goal. You have to crawl at times you have to jump, but you do make it to the other side. Bruised, scraped, and all, you do get your treasure. If we could just imagine that that friend in the helicopter was God, the universe, guiding us through all the obstacles and finding us the best possible path, then we would know that even though we seem to be going over a rough patch, that rough patch is actually taking us towards the things we want, and that the path we are traveling is actually the best possible path. Trust and faith are the most important ingredients of a happy life. Trust that no matter where you are and what lies before you, things are always working out for you, because they are. I love this story, and it's actually a dream. So I put it in here, but that passage that I just read to you, and it always takes me back there, was a beautiful dream. It was a lovely, lovely dream. So, but really think about it. That is what trust is. If you trust, then you have to trust that whatever is happening is the best possible option, and that all other options are actually way worse than this one. Right? And if you have that trust, that is trust. That's the kind of trust that I have grown up being taught also through religious practices. That's the trust we are taught to have. They just don't explain it properly. That's all. So when Abraham says law of attraction is at the basis of all religions, yes, absolutely. It is. And you can't have it two ways. You can't say that God is going to be so angry that God is going to punish me, and at the same time call it a loving God. Which one is it? Is it an angry God or a loving God? So Abraham once said, God is not schizophrenic like you think he is, because, he has these so many personalities. Not like that. Anyway. Let's pre-pave. How many of us did our pre-paving already? Good morning. Oh my God, so many people on Facebook. I can't see your hands raised. Subha, Ankita, Tamika, who else is there? Elena, and a couple of other people. I can't see your names. Unless you drop a comment, I can't see your names. All right, guys, welcome. And if you like, you can join us in the chat room. The link is under the Rooms tab in the group. All right, so just for everyone's benefit, let's read the pre-paving. Dear God, thank you for a brand new opportunity to enjoy life. I want my day to unfold with ease. I want good things to come my way. I want to remember to appreciate people, places, and things. I want to be good to myself and others. I want to end this day feeling really happy and satisfied. And I want to remember at all times that all things are possible. And remember, that is our affirmation for this whole 40-day period. All things are possible. That was our affirmation on day 1, and that remains our affirmation not just for the 40 days, but for life. Meditation, did we get that in? Yes? Awesome. I got it in as well. My cat came and sat with me. Meditation 2, Sakina says, awesome. Tamika says she got it done as well. And awesome. Rimpi, hi, good to see you. All right. So moving along, 5 things I appreciate today. Did we get our appreciation in? Yes? Awesome. Fantastic. When I was walking, I appreciated there were lots of birds calling this morning when I went on my walk. And I thought, well, spring must be just around the corner, because they know. And it was just a very nice walk. So yes, I had lots to appreciate on my walk today. What about you guys? Anyone want to share their appreciation? Yes? Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciated my warm shower.
Yes.
I appreciated my breakfast this morning, my husband, my 2 children.
Awesome. Awesome. And Karen has her hand raised. Karen, go ahead.
I'm like you. I did hear a lot of birds singing this morning, but I appreciated, same with spring. I think it's very close because I saw a chipmunk and they hibernate all winter.
Yes.
So if it's I think we're close.
We are close. We are close. We are getting there. Yes. It's exciting. Thank you for sharing, Karen. Anyone else want to share? There's no forced sharing here. So if you don't want to share, that's all good. Good morning, Rachel. Go ahead, Andrew.
I'm appreciative of there's a park near where I live by. It's very close. I can just walk there. And also, I'm getting my car back today from having some body work done on it. And I'm also appreciative of the rental I've had for 2 weeks that was covered by insurance.
Awesome. All good things to appreciate. And good morning, Rachel. Sakina is saying, I appreciate the freedom I have. You know what? Freedom is what we are all reaching for. So good for you, Sakina. And Rimpi is saying done. So awesome. Thank you for sharing, Rimpi. Okay. Next section. If anyone else want to share, otherwise we'll move on to the next section. All right. Next section. 3 things I want to achieve today from yesterday. Did we get our list done from yesterday? Things that we told ourselves we would do? Awesome. Good. Awesome. And 3 things I want the universe to help me achieve. Wouldn't it be nice if? Did those happen? Yes. I got a lovely surprise right this morning. So yes, absolutely on track. Nobody commenting on Facebook, so that's okay. Anyone want to share anything here before we move on to the next section? All right. So something that I had put out there on my list, not yesterday, but from 2 or 3 weeks ago, happened this morning. So it was very nice to wake up to. Yes. So it puts me on a high immediately, so this is the thing, when you ask for something and you see it happening, that is your evidence that the universe is listening to you, that you actually do create your own reality. And it is so important to collect that evidence and celebrate it big time. Tell people, like we have this habit of sharing all the things that went wrong, but really, we should be celebrating the things that went right. Why don't we call our friends and say, I had the most amazing breakfast this morning? No, we only call and tell our friends what went wrong. But really, it's those little things that you don't have to call a friend. I just use that as an example. But the point is, talk about things to appreciate. Give that more airtime. And then watch what happens. All right, so that brings us to a very important section, and that is the section of blessings, things that we take for granted on a daily basis, that are right there, that are opportunities for us to appreciate. This section is meant for us to start noticing all the things that are working in our lives. So, what do you want to share today? Lakshmi, go ahead. Just jump in, guys.
I'm blessing the internet, and I'm blessing this group. I'm blessing you for doing this every morning for us. I bless all the people in the group and all what they bring to the group. It's awesome.
I agree with you. It's very heartwarming to see people join us in the morning. Deborah is saying my robot is out for delivery today. So, yay, Deborah. Cleaning made easy. Okay. Awesome. She's going to appreciate that robot every day. I am blessed. I got my t-shirt last night. I care but not that much t-shirt. I know you can't see most of it, but let's see. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? I care but not that much. Anyway. I was happy to get it and I love it. So I'm blessing these little things that make us happy, both my cat and my dog sitting with me as I did my meditation this morning was lovely. It's just so nice, right? Okay, let's see if anyone's sharing on Facebook. Sakina is saying, bless the comfort of my desk. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sakina. Wonderful. All right. Elena, good morning. Good to see you here, sweetheart. All right. Who wants to share here? Candy, Lena, Karen, Andrew, do you guys want to share anything before we move on?
I can share.
Sure.
So this morning when I was writing out the things I appreciated, for the first time I really heard my coffee water boiling, and it was just so peaceful. And coffee to me is such a ritual. Like, I like to have my coffee in the morning, I have my creamer, it's like my sweet treat even. So it's just like such a ritual for me, and I could hear the water boiling while I was writing, and I was just like, I love and appreciate the sound of the water boiling. And it was just so simple, but it's just a little piece of joy that I have during the day.
I just had goosebumps listening to you because I felt that joy. And I feel exactly like that because my mug, I hold it in both my hands like that. And I love feeling the warmth of my mug in my hands in the morning. It is a little bit of a ritual. It's like, that gets me started for my day. Thank you so much for sharing. Love it. All right. Anyone else want to share before we start our visualization? Oh, here's Rimpi. Rimpi says, blessed to wake up early morning and executed most of the chores without house help. Awesome. Awesome. Rimpi, how can we say that better? Think about that. So I love that you shared, and I love that you appreciated getting everything done. There's a part of that sentence that we can leave out. And when we leave it out, that sentence, the vibration of that sentence improves. And so Abraham teaches us this process. How can we say it better? Can I find a better way? So you see, what happens is, as children, because our parents always asked us, why are you saying that? Why do you want that? At school, the same thing happened. Why? Everyone wants to know our reasoning. But in law of attraction, we learn that we don't provide reasoning unless it's something good. I'm happy because my daughter is visiting. I'm on top of the emotional scale. I love that my daughter is visiting me today. Now, that's pure appreciation. Hear me when I say, change this and say, I'm appreciating that my daughter is visiting because she is not feeling well and I am going to take her to the doctor. See the difference? When you bring a negative in with a positive and you couple them in the same sentence, you pull your vibration apart, because part of your vibration goes to the negative side and part of your vibration goes to the positive side. What we want to do is to have our vibration go in one direction, positive direction. So sometimes, because I love you so much and I really want you to start practicing law of attraction the way it is meant to be practiced, I will stop you and I will say, how can we say it better? Because after so many years of doing this work and listening to Abraham and actually practicing what Abraham teaches us, my ears have become extremely sensitive. And I don't do this to everyone. Trust me, I don't do this to people who are visiting me and, like friends and family members especially. I don't do it to them. But I do it to you because I know you're here because you want to learn this stuff. And so with you, unicorns, I will stop you and I will say, how can we say this better? Right? And I want you always to tell me how you're talking in here. Because if I don't know how you're talking in here, then I can't help you. And I want to help you. That's why I'm here.
I have a question with that. This might sound really simple, but one of the 3 things I wanted to achieve was, wouldn't it be nice if I made my bed? And then the 3 things I want the universe to achieve. I have a question with the wording.
Yeah.
So should I say, wouldn't it be nice if the universe made my bed, or
helped me?
Got it. So the universe is helping me. Got it. Okay.
Okay, because that's what the universe does. Universe guides, helps, and loves.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Nighttime pre-paving is yours to do later. Thoughts at the end of your day are yours to do later, or you can join the 9 p.m. group and share with them later on in the day. And Tess runs that group beautifully. And we, in the meantime, are going to do our visualization exercise together. So if I can get everyone to mute your lines. And we'll just do a 3-minute visualization just to feel good. That is our only objective, just to feel good. All right, let's get started. So get comfortable. If you can, lean back. Whatever comfortable means to you, do that. For some people, it's leaning forwards. For some people, it's leaning back into their chair. Close your eyes and breathe. One more time, take a deep breath in. Once more, take a deep breath in. Remember that our intention, as we are gathered here just now, is just to find a way to feel good. And so, let your imagination wander to wherever it wants to go, to a place that feels good to you. Maybe outside, maybe inside, indoors, it doesn't matter. Just feel yourself in a place that feels good. And now imagine that out of nowhere, a butterfly appears. It is beautiful, yellow, and it just brings you to this place of feeling joy. Because that's what that butterfly means. It is joy, it is the universe telling you that you are loved. And watch that butterfly circle around, flying effortlessly as if it is so happy to see you. And now hold your hand out. Hold your hand out with your palm open, your hand open, your palm facing upwards, as if to invite that butterfly to come and sit. And just feel how happy you feel inside as your heart grows 10 times in size, watching that little beautiful yellow butterfly as it lands gently in the palm of your hand, trusting you completely, loving you completely. A message from the universe letting you know how loved you are. Feel how good that feels as you in this moment become one with this beautiful creature. And breathe all of that in. Breathe in that love, the trust, the guidance, the love. Breathe it all in. Bless that little butterfly and allow it to fly away. Watch it flying away until it is just a mere speck. And breathe in the peace that you feel in your heart and know that you are lit up. And with that, we bring our visualization to a close. All right, folks. Apparently someone wants me out here. I'll go and check who is calling me on WhatsApp. Love you all lots. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank